abakusitayo nayogera mangu kitange n'agamba bamutwale mu bapoto abawakana naye essomero nalizimba nabazimbirawo ebizimbe ebyange namalya pise ne kanisa yaabwe yali egudde ningende wa president n'abawa ssente ne bateekako amategula Matale Anglican Church nasomera Matale mix. You see, nothing is more embarrassing than mentioning a school that is no longer in existence. Ubanga tulina ba obbi oba ba oggi. Yes. Anti mulirwanirira. Ate ffe mu myaka gyaffe twateekanga konti never forget ku mbaawo z'essomero. Me I didn't. Nabagamba I will be remembered. I cannot put my name bajja bisangulawo. From childhood I was a very arrogant man. The arrogance just grows. Is a virtue. Kakati nze ngamba abantu ekintu ne bawakana. And me I don't fight. Because you did not consult me. You did not call me. Whatever Museveni does involving millions is helping the sharks. He is helping his mafias in the government. Kubanga who writes ani awandika ebintu bino government policies is Mwenda.
Are you sure?
Mwenda writes these government policies. And that's why Mwenda no munne they have no respect for people. Mwenda yabiwandiika nabiwamaketingira era naye abavu ali arrogant. Ono ye bujozi has exaggerated intelligence taina kalina. That one has exaggerated intelligence and privileged wealth taina nacho intelligence. Tajina bujozi najoka abantu najoka nabana akolaki nitaina nacho intelligence. Let me tell you, this story helps us to explain the problems in land commission. The mafias, because they write these policies, they know Museveni. Who is going to use this money?
Government plan is shillings.
Yes, the 67 trillion. Which government department is going to use this money? Land commission.
Land commission.
Does it surprise anybody with the natural intellect to know that there are troubles in the land commission?
What we should have the internet about one year. When I come Prime Minister, also Prime Minister, Nabanya, Gama President, and Gideon Songa Yabiencha, is all what they saw in the work. But amidst that, or
no, why should the President Biencha raises a question? Did you pay an existent never cover answer? Answer. Did you pay a non-existing landlord called Namuli? Billions. If you did, you answer one fee. Did you pay or you did not pay? If you paid, where is Namuli? And tell us, you take the journalist to Namuli's land.
Land commission.
Yes. These are not in newspapers.
It's a Tamale. Land commission.
These are outfits of mafias. Because the money is going to be churned through land commission. Those who are there must be removed. No, you believe today we went to government, we came to government. Is that what you believe? Twajja to mumube ewange baba 5 billion. Mbwembwa majikanyuke kasasiro. Oyo Mirundi samuzalanga. I will never enter that office and I will never work for you. Tigoyina kubeera mbwa hunting dog. Kati this I cannot buy this newspaper and expose it to my children. It deserves here. Yes, it deserves to the toilet or to the sigiri. It tells you when the mafias know where the money is going to go, there is trouble. The anchor must be removed before money trillion goes there. Yes. This media, I was happy this morning. I rang Bigirimana. Bigirimana is a Catholic, very forgiving. I teased him this morning. When he said, Mirundi, get off my phone, I said he was annoyed. And we've been fighting together his battles. Bigirimana won a defamation case against a monitor, a shutter. We have what we call a broadsheet. We have what we call a shutter, a gutter media. Monitor has degenerated to a gutter out of it. Bamuandikako story. Bamujumu muchifu. Nabawangula mu court 400 million. I teased him. Mr. Bigirimana, my brother, my dear brother, yes. I've heard that he won a case against the media, against Monitor. These are poor newspapers. They will fail to pay and you will close the newspaper. Said, let them close. Because bamu kuba ne bamuonona. Nayo nakulumu nzo muntu nateka bamu mu Monitor. Oba in one of your newspapers. Bonna bamuli ne bafiramu. I sought a nume yange. God forbid. Bani akasajja kabukedde akatasoma akasimanga ebyoloni semakula n'akajene kasoma ebyoloni kakulu byakasomanga byoloni bwankube emyezi 6. Exactly what Bigirimana told me is what I feel. Bayise maama we bukedde yakuba kasajja gwene tusinkana muri futi gwe efulumya omulambo kulubya ntusinkana muri futi abasenga ntusinkana muri futi bakuba mu bukedde. Museveni ayise nnyina wa Mirundi abeerewo nga bamukebera omutwe. My mother who is a cripple nga tebamukubira mu kubba mmere. I come from a rich family. Bamukuba yazaala omwana awagira Museveni. What did they pay me? Bakuba bukubi mawulize. Abakukyala ne baga akavudde Kampala mugawulidde. Museveni ayise mawulisiya bakebere mutabani w'omutwe. Having contributed, dedicated, committed 14 years for you. Nakalema agenda bwendi kwa kulubye ntusinga n'omwatta munni. Zidi nekusanga gwene mwatta munne gwe kulubye. This is what the man has told me. Banku bawonna aba Monitor. They have to pay. You will close. Monitor you will close. Red papers already aliko kikuba mukono is in comatose. Bukedde will close. If these newspapers close, master newspapers, then we shall have the real investors. These ones, I'm a journalist myself, a highly trained. If I grab, in fact, let me tell you, let me ask one of their reporters. It's called the Seguya. Seguya came quietly to get a photo of me that I drink beer in the morning. I drink beer in the morning, have my money. And beer does not destroy a rich man. I have all the tribes of beer in my refrigerator. Okay. I drink a bottle, kera kunywa. Ugwafuzeke gulugwe kujjako guno nywa naire space sigatamu. Kakati kajja kabwamani kamera yako. Nali mazo batega mu bukedde. Ndi mugende mukube mwonoone. I bought 6 bottles of beer. Nenzo opening anezeka ku bottle ku table. Nene kwe. Kajja zonna n'obwavu bwako. Kajira ku boda. Kajja kayidde. Bakali kalidde kikomando. He entered the toilet. No, just pull it this fool. He did not use, I did not allow him to use the toilet paper. Nanko fulumyamu. Nanko kuve misindi. Kaduke misindi ngempale limakati. The bukedde reporter. Kodi Seguya. I humiliated him. Nechi kamera. Nechi kakanyugira. Kagenda ku boda ngempale dio wanda kola umusajja wa boda inyindo giwonesebwa gulu nenkabonereza. Newspaper, you read, these are not journalists. Don't treat them as journalists.
They are what?
They are mercenaries. They are paid money to destroy people. This story tells you. Yes, this woman, Kurepo, who has made this commission credible so that the government can pass money through it, should not access money. That's why you have generated hatred. And I predict, when I predict 10 things, I see 8, which shall be worse than the Rwanda genocide. Stupid. Do you know the person? The woman, monitor answer one thing. Don't tell us. Minister describes the cause. Where is Nabako? What's the deal? Credibility Nabako very rude down. Tell us what Nabakova has ever achieved. She was talking about representative Eritrean police. What is the credibility of Nabakova? A person who cannot win an election. Her election was nullified. Do we get credibility from Nabakova? Nayo mukazi omulema nibamudraginga. Kakati, that one is point number 1. That it explains these people get information from Museveni.
Okay.
They spy on him. Whatever Museveni does or is planning to do, they foresee it and plan is to take them
and sabotage it.
This one will fail. It has started. It has Museveni's project of 26 trillion has suffered a steel bus. It will never materialize. Kubanga tibagala okuteekayo anazibba. When you remove the Land Commission, it means you are going to replace the Land Commission with their allies, Sente Bazib. Never Nabakoba go to Inza Kuitam. Nabakoba, don't waste your time and resources to go to Mitiana. Yasoka Kubera Nabakoba, Mtimusoga, Nafuka Nabakoba and Wampologom. And the Nabakobas, what do they own? Let me tell you. Mana is a marijuana. A person who has smoked marijuana must be known. Unless is a regular marijuana smoker. How much money does this Bianca have? If she stole money, where is it? She's even struck. They create an air of fear. Gwetoba. We are seeing the tail end of mafiaism. I'm telling you. It's too much. Why do you humiliate people to that level? Somebody said, I wanted to take this money so that he can come to me kneeling. I have economically sabotaged, close my shrine. You will see Owagaluvindi, Alia Casasiro, Obagubasibi Danger mu State House. Mudikumutegeriti, Basajamu to Abachao. I hate you more than hate is itself. No, you don't understand. To the media, this mercenary media, there is nobody in Uganda who qualifies to be a journalist. These are masqueraders who are paid the money because their newspapers cannot break even. What makes me annoyed? They have exposed themselves today.
Okay.
The money that is going to go through Land Commission. This woman should not access it. Yes, because he will put it to the task it is intended for. But you know, Zamwe, if this money belongs to you, why don't you put Mugambe Bank of Uganda? Etekeke bifani byamwe, basajja mwe ne bakazi mwe, obujozo bwayitiridde. Yayi nakubwa. Nolaba omukazi omulema, naddane anybody who has had the misfortune, I call it the misfortune of working close to you, goes back with a sad story. If you see the magama boiling in me, you should put up back with your name. Is it how you would reward me? That my mother would survive the lynching, not stealing food from somebody's plantation. I was thrown into a jirikiti where they buried the dead dogs. kano katafanika akajiji kajja kuba beba kutte katoli ku zoom atojja kutemba ojja kutemba kasajja gwe toliddamu kubeera emuppi mbwenja kubeera prime minister muggo prime minister you will be a prime minister in a European jail serving 28 years in prison basajja bajoga nnyo. This story reveals why there is trouble in the land commission. And an idiot, a monitor idiot, gets the audit. Minister describes monitor has no moral authority. A newspaper that has lost a defamation case, you should go. Heads must change in the monitor.
Heads must roll.
Yes, heads must roll in the monitor. Because their newspapers don't break even. The other day, nakubuli awadde ku Sunday, najja ne nkugamba have captured Teddy ngali ne banne.
Yes.
Nga bapulaningira Bujingo. When Bujingo comes back on Tuesday, he will be denied bail, sent to Chitalia, and he's called Malaya, Nebakolaji. And Metala will call and Jamada. Pastor Jamad will convene a meeting of pastors. Kayanja ne Senyunga nga be babirimu. Kati akasajja ka bya mawulire. Muka Kayanja Jessica yakosanyusiza abe masaka buli jota basanyusa. Book did you were dead. It is a dead newspaper. Yesterday, can I tell you where Jessica Kayanja was and it did yesterday? Mbabulire yo. Naye kakati okiraba kaduse. Book does withdrawn the story from which. Because I captured the lawyers plotting against Bujingo kubanga wa muhozi ne bagenda ejjinja bajje ku kyabazinga mbu wa muhozi. What type of people are these? Where did you get this malice? A newspaper cannot afford to be malicious. A journalist cannot afford to be malicious. A journalist must be fair and objective. Where did you learn that journalism? Bravo. Singa bako kamene baka amawulire abantu ne bateka bomu bamu monitor bamu bofofofo ne buduka ne butakola mirimu. If you are paupers. Journalism is not for poor people, it's not to make money. Journalism is a passion. How much money do you get here? Yes. By the time we started, there were many people around. The scavengers have left. Those who were mercenaries who came for money. Journalism is for passion.
Yes.
We are the forces state. But in Uganda, there is no media institution that qualifies to be a forces state. It was used by a French scholar, a forces state. What constitutes a media to be a forces state? In Uganda, we don't qualify.
Okay.
A journalist must create a marketplace of ideas where people can buy and reject. Two, we sign a non-signed covenant with the masses to help the masses.
Yes.
Not to be hired to fight the masses. That's a propagandist. Even in propaganda, I trained in propaganda in one of the best institutions, Monsi. Propaganda is not lies. Propaganda is the packaging of information, facts, to suit a sentiment. When I go to Makerere, I'm talking to scholars.
Yes.
When I go to my village, I'm talking to peasants. Manya. The similes I'm going to use, the way I handle. When you go to the village, when I London.
So that's packaging your propaganda.
Yes.
Okay.
Bogamba, if we go to Gund, you quote Museveni. The professors will say Museveni is not a scholar. It does not have a PhD. To say what could Museveni which scholar could research.
You can't.
You can't. Coursework by Jesus. Museveni is not a scholar. So, but how many degrees did Nicole Machiavelli have? Socrates in a degree maker. St. Augustine in a degree maker. So, kakati nkugamba, this story gives you anti nkubuli. One, Museveni should stop that money immediately.
As
yimirize.
What happened to the land fund?
Anti kakati the moment Museveni stops the money, najja n'abako bamulandisi, najja n'omuganza mulandisi, n'ateekamu abalala. bategenda kusirika
The problem of the issue in
Nobakova yasaminga gonya abayasaminga nabana musana balinda kugulabinga sente za Museveni. And this is how Museveni does not solve problem. We are talking about this company, Umeme.
Yes.
I say, why should this woman, Nankabiro, talk about compensation? Only. Have we evaluated other alternatives? In political science, any agreement, if you sign an agreement and the conditions under which it was signed change, it is null and void. I can understand.
Okay.
At that time, we did not have money. And we had not, our credit worthiness, we depended on IMF and World Bank. That's why IMF and World Bank were giving us draconian conditions. In fact, Chionga was removed from Ministry of Finance and another man from Public Service, Lubali, because they refused to sacrifice Ugandans. I respect Chionga.
Okay.
My problem with Chionga is not a settled man. Nti abakonjo tebamuagala. You don't need to go to Bukonjo. No. Chionga is Minister of Finance at Soma Finance when these people had just come.
Okay.
Chionga ye muntu yekko YPM yawangula akalulu. But he was forced to go into exile. Naye Chionga, what IMF yatuka to re-entrench. Re-entrench means excessive.
Okay.
Chionga being a peasant, nga yakulya mu bantu ba bulijjo. Chionga and Lubale, by the time we are supposed to go to the conference, the Paris conference in June, Chionga had refused to re-entrench Ugandans. And I remember, Chionga bamulaga ku mawulire agesatu ne Museveni kugenya ne bamulaga nga bamugobi. Chionga refused.
Okay.
Re-entrenchment. Where do I put people? Yes, mbatekewa. Chionga ne bamuga nti yakubiza sente. He printed more money. But Chionga, being a cadre of NRA, did not vomit. I'm being sacrificed to accept it. What did we get from World Bank and IMF? Where is its impact? All of the money we have been borrowing. Kakati, yes, kakati twagenda ne twewola mu World Bank okutereza amasanyalaze ne batugamba waliwo UEB. The British had invested in UEB. The British had an insurance company. Bagitanga batya. Britain yayina company yayo wano ya insurance. Nga ye insuringa damu ye Jinja, Entebbe Airport and Parliament. Hogo Robinson. The company was called Hogo Robinson. Okay. It insured the Parliament from colonial times. It insured the Chira Dam. It insured the Entebbe International Airport. Hogo Robinson. Kakati, when Museveni came, he realized the bottlenecks. Museveni identified the bottlenecks to Africans. Okay. Infrastructure, power, chief power, the roads, railways, standard age. Africans had these statements from Museveni, his terms. But Museveni will die like Nkrumah. Nkrumah is known in Ghana, is not popular. Is not popular in Ghana.
It's known outside.
Yes. I told you that whenever I moved with the Museveni international conferences, the moment it was signed that the next speaker is Yoweri Museveni, the full capacity. Twagenda in Nigeria, Museveni n'alekichalinga the purpose of refineries. N'ababuuza, why do European countries have refineries? Do they do it for charity? All of the items mubirekayo. But crude, selling crude is donating money. Museveni. And the president of Nigeria, Yar'Adua, the day, when he went to Nigeria, he told him, do you know that we are the next to speak after you? Yes. But do you know that we decided to speak later? Yes. You had the speech affair now. That's the Museveni.
Okay.
We talking about northern Nigeria. Jibateka conference. Yeah, Museveni is supporting. What they are saying, in the chart, they have a dysfunctional oil refinery. Museveni insisted we must have a refinery here. See crude oil. It is even against the law and the constitution of Uganda to sell unprocessed items. Nekasoli yali amugaye. Kakati nezo na gondi investors parks. Sente bali bagenda kola oluguudo lw'Ejjenja flyover. Museveni negotiated that deal in World Bank. I remember a woman called Ngozi. A woman in Nigerian woman called Ngozi was in charge of African Gold. Museveni asked him, what does Ngozi mean? A skin. Ngozi. Bali bafunye sente. Nga bw'otuuka e Namanve obeerayo flyover. Emmotoka eziva Ejjenja zikwate flyover zino ziyingira mu industry. Sente banasasira. Ask Nasasira where the money is. They're extreme your bonus. Basajja mmwe mu mabuli.
Sente zaaliwo.
Ne land ne bagikwata. Ne baleeta omukazi n'akizuula. Most of the land Namanve teriyo. Bagigula dda bagiremeddeko. The woman was removed. He's a Munyarwanda. Kakazi kattu ne bakagoba. Naye mmwe mulowooza nti mujja kubeera ku nsi kuno, mujja kujooga abantu, mujja kubajooga nga mujooga. Kakati nkugamba nti ebyo byonna Museveni byakoze babifrustrations. Singa Uganda eri wala nnyo naye obubbi bwe balina mu mutwe, obubbi bwabwe nti bwo buli kimu bakibba. Museveni yakwata $400 million n'ateekawo leya. Yes, bazibba zonna. President n'appointing omusajja in writing a young man engineer Lutwama bali bamuse nze namuwe nemutwale w'ekifuta tu motoka yali ekagobako ka Mwenda ngo bamutaddeko abanamutta nyinza n'okuboogera motoka ne yeefuula ne bafa ne bamuvaako. Museveni nga muwadde special forces nembuuza Lutwama, is it your man? Why are we fighting? Kakati bakugamba Umeme. Umeme would not have raised its head if rare, because Museveni realized that you had signed an affair according to that time. Yes, the agreement. At one time Museveni said, we shall have steady power in 36 months. I said, I'm a propagandist. He is talking about 3 years. 3 years would scare the population. He ended up saying what?
Months.
36 months. Kakati now, if we are on our feet, if I marry and I signed an agreement with the local hotel to cook food for me, they bring the food couriers, then I marry. I go back and tell these people. If I borrow the money from a bank at high conditions, do they reject my money if I pay earlier?
No.
China, in 1848, the Chinese, British Anglo-Chinese War, they defeated the Chinese who had discovered gunpowder and were subdued. They used an island, a Portuguese island called Macau, to inject, to pump, to take marijuana to China. The Chinese were forced to smoke marijuana by the British merchants, like these people are doing.
Okay.
But the problem with the British merchants, accumulation, primitive accumulation of wealth, they invested their money to London. Bano bali mu ggula mpenkoni kuzimba mayumba wano na wano ge bagenda obbasooza nga badduka.
I
tell you, I remember where I started. Nakalema nina bakuba nja mukuba mufulumi bwolemera mulyango nkukiikamu nga kabada kasobankira ku bannayuganda n'olemera mulyango nkukiikamu nga kabada era nenkufulumya kati soba ogenda kutabangula bannayuganda